Welcome to the All Ball Show, presented by Abstract Sports, where we bring sports back to life. I'm your host, Kyle Clay 2K. In the All Ball Show, we focus on basketball-only content, and to tip things off, I'm covering every single team in the NBA from worst to best in each conference. I'm going to look at their rosters and discuss how I think they're going to perform this upcoming season. And we're moving on to the next one in the Western Conference. We're talking about the number 12 team in the Western Conference last year, the Sacramento Kings. So the Sacramento Kings are one of 4 teams in the Pacific Division of the Western Conference, and they won a championship back in 1951. They play in Golden One Center. I know their arena is new, and they've been under new ownership as of late, and they've made some big changes to the looks of the Kings organization and some recruiting efforts and things like that. So very interesting change for Sacramento, to say the least. Their owner is Vivek Ranadive, and then you have head coach Dave Yorger, and they're based in Sacramento, as I already said. So this is a team that made a little bit of a leap ahead of the last team we talked about in the Dallas Mavericks. They had 27 wins and 55 losses on the year, 14-38 in conference. That's 3 more wins than the Mavericks, by the way. 14-27 at home and 13-28 on the road. So just about the same in both facets of home and road play. So, you know, obviously still pretty bad. This is the 12 seed. They're 4 spots out of the Western Conference playoffs. It's like you're close, but you're so far away. You know, 4 teams from the bottom, 4 teams from the playoff bracket. So right in the middle there, and that's kind of what their numbers reflect in terms of record. And let's take a look at some of the players they had on their team last year. Bogdan Bogdanovic, Bruno Caboclo, Vince Carter was there last year, of course, Willie Cauley-Stein, a very athletic young center, 7 foot tall, 240, can get up and throw. He's one of those guys that throws alley-oops down into the hoop instead of touching the rim. Jack Cooley, De'Aaron Fox. This kid is really fun to watch. He was a rookie last year. Super fast. Take it coast to coast in blink of an eye. I would compare him to somebody in the upper realms of the league. I would compare him to a John Wall just because of his speed, but he does have some flashy, high-flying ability, can put down the dunk and shoot as well. So very fun guy to watch. Then you have Nigel Hayes, Buddy Hield. No, he was a very sharp. He was a sharp-shooting college player. Played for the Pelicans for a little bit. Now he's with the Kings. You got George Hill. I believe Buddy Hield was actually in that trade with Boogie, with DeMarcus Cousins. So he's only been there for a year or two. You have George Hill, Justin Jackson, Costa Koufis, Skal Labissiere, Frank Mason, Georgios Papagiannis, Zach Randolph, Malachi Richardson, Jakar Sampson, and Garrett Temple. Now let's look at some of their numbers from last year. The per-game averages, for example, they have 6 guys in double-digit scoring per game, all very low numbers, though. So it shows you that, when they're all low numbers like that in a team that's a number 12 seed, that can tell you that the spread of points is more even across the entire team and across the players who get minutes. Moving down to the totals for this team, the highest scoring player only had 1,079 points, and that was Buddy Hield. Most of his shots probably come as 3-pointers. He had 242 pointers on 525 attempts for a 45% shooting percentage, and he had 176 3-pointers on 400 attempts for 43%. So similar shooting percentage from 3 and the 2, but he shot less, just barely less in 3-pointers than he did 2-pointers. So tells you why he has a lot more points than the other guys. He had 50 more 3-pointers than the closest guy on their team. But then you have Willie Cauley-Stein with 930, Bogdan with 917, Zach Randolph had 850. But yeah, points very well evenly distributed throughout these players. I think they have a lot of great parts to look forward to. De'Aaron Fox is going to be there. Let me actually go over to the next season roster so we can start talking about that. Players who will be returning for the upcoming season for the Sacramento Kings include Willie Cauley-Stein, Iman Shumpert, he came over from the Cavs, I believe, Costa Koufis, Skal Labissiere, Buddy Hield, Harry Giles, Ben McLemore is there, Justin Jackson, Zach Randolph is going to be back, De'Aaron Fox, of course, Bogdan Bogdanovic, Frank Mason III, Marvin Bagley III. Marvin Bagley is their rookie who is supposed to be extremely impressive in this NBA. He's 6'11", 234. He's a monster out of Duke. Then you have Nemanja Bjelica, Yogi Ferrell, Wenyan Gabriel, Cameron Reynolds, and Kalen Lucas. A bunch of new names there from what I can remember, but also some staples in that Sacramento roster. So I'm looking forward to watching them play, mostly because of De'Aaron Fox. But Willie Cauley-Stein is always on the highlight reels throwing down some sweet dunks. And I hope Buddy Hield can have a breakout season. I feel like he hasn't really lived up to his expectations coming in from college. He's been in the league for a little bit now, so hoping they can make a step up in the Western Conference. I don't think it's going to go too far with how competitive that it is. And that does it for this episode of the All Ball Show presented by Abstract Sports. How do you think the Sacramento Kings are going to do next year? Do you think they're going to do okay throughout the upcoming season, or do you think they're going to do bad? Well, please let us know in the comments below. Smash the like button if you enjoyed this at all, and then also subscribe if you want to get notified of more basketball content throughout the season. I'm your host, Kyle Clay 2K. I'll see you in the next one.